Yeah. Basically, the technology that we are developing right now is we call it dot cell. So basically, there is the new Braille cell technology based on electromagnetic. So it's very small and light and more affordable compared to the conventional the Braille cell technology, so that not only making the single line of Braille display, but also we could make the multi-line Braille and also graphic display for providing the better and more information for the visually impaired. And also even if we have like multi-line, so many the Braille cell in one display, we can make more affordable price rather than like a single line Braille display. So that is our core technology. So we've been developing this electromagnetic dot cell since we started this company like 8 years ago. And right now, what we're focusing on is to develop more, like advanced electricity, like efficiency, and also more smaller size of the Braille cell. I mean, what we're providing is the second generation of the dot cell, but we're also developing the third generation to make it more, smaller and thinner for the better the Braille displays. And also in terms of software, we're trying to make the tactographic representation easily for the visually impaired. So we're trying to make better tools for creating their own drawings and also tactographics, whatever they want to see on the display. And also we're trying to like work with platform companies like Apple and Microsoft and also Google to connect their platform with the tactile display, so that visually impaired people can also enjoy like Android OS or iOS and Windows OS system through the tactile display better. So yeah, that's what we're focusing on right now.
Thank you. Okay. Especially we are excited about a lot of potential and softwares. Of course, we can use this technology for work or any kind of personal purpose. But like, if you think about like entertainment purpose, we think there could be a lot of gaming, a lot of navigation, and a lot of personal applications gonna be really useful through our tactile graphic technology. And we think that collaborating with those platforms would be a fundamental changes in actual lives of the blind people and the future generation. So we're testing a lot right now, and we're seeing so many good feedbacks, and people are very happy about what we're doing. So we are really pushing all the dev resources and our life into this technology. And I would like to especially thank you to Nat that creating this whole seminar and the whole this event, because we've been actually waiting this kind of event, SciTech Global. I think technology, people in technology side and people and organization side need together more often to discuss about technology, where should we go and what's the needs. especially for people with visual impairment. So we think if we keep discuss together and then keep making idea better together, I think there should be a better result. So we're always happy to work with developers and bright-minded innovators as with our company. So we're waiting your join, and we're waiting your willing for collaboration. So there are 43 people joined. So we're looking forward to talk about any discussions or questions from now on.
So I think a lot of people had questions from your main stage session that they wanted to ask over here. So can you see the questions, Eric, in the Q&A? And if anybody wants to raise their hand, you can do that by hitting Alt-A to unmute yourselves, and on a Windows, and Command-Shift-A on a Mac. Do you see the Q&A, Eric?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, great.
Should we reply by order?
No, you could, yeah, I mean, maybe you could do both.
Okay. Well, someone actually spoke, Neil spoke Korean, so thank you. Yeah. So someone actually gave us a question about the dot watch. Thank you for that. And it's actually our first, it was a first product for us. And it was also really, I think, innovative approach. We tried to make a wearable, a braille wearable, refreshable braille wearable as our first product. And because of that, we could actually create technologies really small and energy efficient and affordable. Unfortunately, we are focusing on dot pad at this moment. So if you want to keep using dot watch, you can send to South Korea, and maybe our team could fix it or send you the new one, I think. Yeah. Thank you for that question. And maybe Key, you can answer Suzanne Taylor's question. Oh, you're muted.
I'm sorry about it. Thank you for the question, Suzanne Taylor. So you said, what's the best way for an iOS game developer to get started trying out developing with the dot display in mind? So basically, we have the developer website, developer.darincorp.com. So if you come to the website, you can access the whole the APIs and SDK for the dot pad developing, and also you have like emulator. So you can have the emulator without the dot pad, and then you can use the simulation, how to display the graphic information on the like tactile graphical area. And if you want to use the physical dot pad for the development, then please contact us via email, and then we can discuss about the development collaboration together.
And the next question is Brandon Biggs. Thank you for your question. is Apple working with you to add Braille to the Apple Watch? We've been working for the iOS, which is your iPhone and iPad, and we're expanding it with Apple, but I cannot say that we are expanding to the Apple Watch yet. Still, I think there are so many things that we need to do in iOS application side, more better experiences for our technology. So we're heavily working with right now with iOS, and then our technology connections. We don't work Apple Watch side yet right now. Maybe you can answer next question.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand the question. So Marcus, though, thank you for your question about like SDK and standards things. So as I mentioned at the developer.incgroup.com, we have the SDK, the software for Python, and also Windows users, so that we can develop based on the Python and Windows operating system. So like making some application based on that SDK on the systems. And we have like automatic tactile transforming the software in that SDK. So maybe you can also try it out from our SDK. And thank you for your comment, Kevin Chow. Nice to meet you here. Yeah. It makes the graphic UI accessible, like how screen readers make CLI accessible. So we're really excited, you know, about like having collaboration with all platforms like Google. So hopefully, you know, like people here, developers, and also any people here, we really want to make some collaboration together on the tactile display with the dot pad, so we can generate and create so many like creative ideas and crazy ideas about, you know, with the tactile graphics together. So I think, you know, like working with the big platforms like operating system platform together will be the main and also key the factor that we're so that we can provide more you know, developing environment for everyone. Thank you, Kevin Chow. And next.
So yeah, the Brandon Bix asked about what is the difference between your display and the one from APH. Key, you want to address that?
Yeah, actually, we're collaborating with American Printing House for the Blind in the US, and we're providing that display technology to them, and then like we are also a part of the DTD project from APH and Humanair. So we're really happy and very honored being part of that. So we're happy providing our like edge coding technology to them, and we believe that in the US we can like make, you know, huge impact in this industry together.
Yeah, especially APH is so prestigious in terms of education size. So in using like tactile graphical display in education field, we are expecting a lot of collaborations and a lot of impact from the APH. So we are fully supporting them, and we're fully supporting direction. So we are providing technology, and we're actively collaborating right now. So you can think of like we have core display technology and collaborating with the APH, and we're discussing a lot about future of blind education with them, and also humanware. We're really happy to be part of this amazing project. And also, Brandon Biggs asked about how does the SDK work with browser technology? Can you control the Braille display from the browser? Would you like to address, Keith?
Yeah. Yes, we can do that, but at this moment partially. So the SDK that works with the Chrome browser at this moment, but we are working on expanding to other browsers. So right now it's only with the Chrome browser. So we're doing with the Safari. Yeah. So you have another question. Are you developing your own tablet, or is it just APH? We made we call it .pad products with our tactile display technology, and then we're providing, as you mentioned, providing the tactile display technology to APH, making a huge impact in education in the US. So the .pad, we call it, the product, the .pad. We are providing this to the developers right now to make more applications, like the possibility of the tactile graphics in terms of accessing graphic user interface, and also like graphics itself, or any other information from internet and operating systems. And also like with the .pad, we are trying to put the .pad in like public infrastructures as well, so that we can like deliver some tactile maps in subway stations, bus stops, and any public transportation, so that we can not only like enable graphic user interface and also graphics for the visually impaired, but also we can deliver accessibility feature in a public infrastructure field as well. Yeah.
Right. And I think, in Braille field, there are Braille displays and Braille note taker, and .pad is more like Braille display side. So it's like a monitor. So you can connect with your device, iOS or Android or Windows, and we want to support whatever application that we're using in graphical tactile format. So we are really heavily focused on that part. And I think our major partners are making own products from our technology, and that could be graphical tactile note taker or graphical tactile computers. It can be a lot of various products, and we are supporting that momentum. And we really believe that this fundamental momentum and changes in this industry will create a huge impact to actual people's life. So we're really pushing hard right now.
Yeah. So Kevin Chow gave us an idea. The .pad will be able to real-time update and show an animation. It's it's like very our the ultimate vision basically. So that's why we're in our company that basically we're technology driven company, and we're actively working on making more the better braille cell technology in the future as well. That's our really the main focus in that. And as you mentioned, right now, what we are providing is the second generation of the dot cell. And for the next generations, we're developing the dot cell with the more better like faster speed, and also like multi-line heights of level. So basically, as Eric mentioned, we're making like a monitor for the blind, and then we believe that we're innovating the pixel technology of the monitor, tactile monitor. So we're trying really hard to make the better pixel technology for tactile graphics. So there should be a lot of like exciting ideas. So if we can make the speed of the refreshing of the tactile display, then in the near future, we believe that we can deliver animations and the better like the series of the images changing in real time. So we really hope that it happens. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think in current status, we can also think about the webtoons and those animation. And it's, I think, seeing animation, not just reading it, just feel it, is also amazing experience. So we have a lot of inquiries about it. And if you know any companies, please connect with us. We're willing to collaborate.
Yeah, maybe we can also work with Amazon or Disney. So we can make any contents accessible for the blind. So it's our dream and vision. So if you know anyone from the company, please contact us. We can collaborate.
There's a question from Dinah Brandt. Thank you. Many tactile graphic include too much detail to be useful to understand by touch. How do you choose what detail to include in the graphic is to use? It just shows everything regardless of detail. Key, maybe you start first.
Yeah, I think you got the right point, and there's a key part that in terms of providing graphics on limited resolution of the display. So I think that's where we really need to gather together and then work together. How to display like graphics like without any like noises and too much information. Like we can deliver the key and core meaningful information on the tactile graphics. So that's why we know that like DAISY Consortium like and EBRF folks, they're also working on like tactile graphic standardization of the tactile graphics, how to deliver like graphics efficiently. And also like I would say we need to see the two different parts. Like one is delivering images and graphics itself. We need to understand and use AI technology more, I think, so that we don't have to deliver too much information in one graphic area, but we can minimize and make it simple how to display the graphics. And also second part would be like information like chart and table that is made by the documentation tools. So we already have like meta information from chart and table, those kind of information. So that would be very like good for us to deliver on the tactographic display. And there's something that we can like easily and also efficiently provide to blind people, so that it's not about accessibility, but also the productivity of accessing information. So I think, yeah.
Yeah, and if I add one more thing, it's, I think making easy to access at first could be a little bit hard, but we're testing with a lot of people about what would be the best way to show tactographic. And of course, we're using our hand. So there are, many new things because tactographic itself has so many variations. So we believe that soon many people who have focusing on this area will create a standard. And based on that standard, I think there could be a lot of other contents will be added. So we believe standardization is going to be soon with a lot of organization people. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, I think you got through all those questions. Congratulations. That is all the time that we have. We want to thank Eric and Key. Thank you so much for your time in this great presentation. Just as a reminder, this recording will be up on our Sight Tech Global website, hopefully by the end of the day, if not tomorrow. And we'd like to invite you now just to head over to the main stage and watch the next session. So thank you all very much. See you over there.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much. Thank you very
Bye.
much for.
Okay.